I hope the viewers are doing well. So here we will debate the case of this house believes that students should elect the vice chancellor of their university. Where until now this problem is still a controversy, which is the questions, namely whether the election of campus officials must involve student votes or only the voice of employees. So on the occasion, we will debate, review, and conclude this case. Before we start this debate, I will introduce ourselves first. My name is Benardo Tua Simanjuntak as a contra, and my friends names Abdy Bimantara as a pro. So I hope viewers will enjoy and digest our debate.
I agree the election of deputy directors also involves student votes, because the deputy director also has an important role for the university in the future, so that role is important for students to participate in choosing the deputy director. Students can give suggestion is possible who is suitable to be deputy director to advance the university, and students, also those who are close to lecturers, can just directly.
Okay, thank you for Abdi, but my opinion is contrary to yours. In my opinion, the election of deputy directors involving student votes is still not effective. What we know is that the election of deputy director must be carried out strictly and seriously. If the election uses students' votes, the possibility that occur is the election of a deputy director who is not in line with expectation. From the research, I got the most student mindsets in choosing a candidate for deputy director is only based on the popularity of the candidate and not based on quality. This will result in a high probability that the selected candidate is a candidate who lacks knowledge in his field.
But I think that the age of adult students, they must be smart and choosing one of the best with a mission, vision. It can be the basics for students to choose the right candidate for deputy director. Students will know more in-depth information about the deputy director they will choose.
Okay, thank you for Abdi. It is only based on the mission and vision and campaign. It is not enough. Students must also have extensive knowledge of the field of deputy director to be chosen, so that students also know which deputy director is suitable for the field the candidates have taken. Therefore, it is highly recommended that the selection be made by employees at the university itself, because officials have wider information and knowledge than students.
If the election is made by university employees, then the possibility of the deputy director who is elected is a vice director who isn't in accordance with the expectation of the students. The election of the deputy director chosen by students with students usually has a very good relationship with the students, because of the relationship between the students and the deputy directors also very important in order to establish good cooperation.
Okay, if you think so, but what do you think about the conflicts that often occur during the election of deputy directors? Because election using student votes may lead to conflicts. For example, there are arguments between fanatical groups against their chosen candidate and fraud in the election, so that it will affect the final discussion. Thank you.
This all happens if the mechanism is the selection isn't carried out properly, so that there are often misunderstandings about the final result. Therefore, every university must also have a strict system so that there are no misunderstanding and around the election.
Okay, what you described earlier, in my opinion, is that the process has a very complex system and a long process. Apart from that, the costs incurred by university will include many examples for expenses for poster, ballot papers, snacks, staff salaries, and other costs, which makes me strongly agree if the selection is made by university employees only, which is more efficient, faster, and has a very strict discussion outcome.
As far as I know, the election can be done simply so that the costs incurred are minimal. For example, voting is done through a vote survey for each class, or it can also be done online only.
Okay, thank you for your opinion, but I need to remind you that this is what I fear in the election by student vote. If that happens, there is the potential for fraud, conflict, and misunderstandings to occur. This makes the selection by university employees the best solution. Thank you.
Then, what's your opinion? What will happen to the constitution of the students? They are also part of the university, so they also have the right to choose the deputy director who they think is the best.
I prefer the selection made by university officials for the good of the students at the university itself. In order to achieve the university's goal of achieving a work system that is very influential on its students. This is also emphasized in the government regulation of the Republic of Indonesia number 30 1990 concerning higher education, to be precise in Article 30 paragraph 2 number 7, which is to give consideration to higher education as administrators regarding prospective candidates who are proposed to be appointed as chancellors, chairmen, directors of higher education institutions, and lecturers who are nominees to hold academic position above the lector. Thank you.
Conclusion. The debate between the pros and cons in this case can be concluded that is the election of deputy directors can be done by voting through students' votes or through the employees the university, depending on the policies of each university. However, it would be better if this election was carried out of students' votes, but with candidates who had been selected by employees at the university.